Living pain here. Hope all is well. So, what to report? Well, my calves are effed. Totally effed. I figured they'd be getting better, and they're not. And they're actually feeling worse, and I wasn't walking that much or doing anything like that. So, of course, I go on the internet, Google, and with Google, you put your symptoms in, and of course, no matter what comes up, it's like a death sentence, right? It's not just a muscle strain. Next thing you go is, hey, maybe it's blood clots in your legs and deep vein thrombosis, or I can't even say the word. And your head starts getting all messed up. Like, what's the matter with me? Should I go to the hospital? And you're like, but the hospitals are pretty much closed with COVID and everything else. And I'm like, man, I've never felt this way before. And I've done a lot of training. I used to train 18 to 20 hours, 16 to 20 hours a week for probably close to 3 years. So I know how to train at a really high level. And I can say unequivocally that, you get injury, overuse injury. I've never had this in my life. It is so sore. I can't even walk. I shuffle, and as I mentioned yesterday, I'm keeping my knees straight, walking like a Frankenstein. But I put on YouTube and I put in calf, and lo and behold, up comes this video that I don't know where she's from, UK, somewhere in Europe, and she went through the calf stuff different than anyone did, and she nailed it. In terms of, I definitely feel I have a calf strain. There's no doubt. And on a level, one where it's, not so bad to where it's highly acute, I'm off the charts. Whatever I have, I am off the charts. And it was interesting, and then she was going through it, that it could take, how it heals, and she was describing the muscle fibers, how they're broken down right now and they need to rebuild, and you have to ease into it, all the stuff we know. And she says for real severe though, it could take as much as 12 weeks, which is a long time. I've never known anything to take more than 6 weeks. But she also said as you're older, especially, and she used the number over the age of 50. If you're over the age of 50, it takes a lot longer for it to heal. So then that wasn't the part that resonated with me. She then said that sometimes it's not so much just muscle overuse and things like that. She said that there is I'm going to say it all wrong, I'm going to use the wrong, but the nervous system, our central nervous system that goes from the head, down the spine, out the limbs, the feet, the toes, the hands. Sometimes what she said is that there's kind of tightness or blockage or something like that. And I'm not saying it the right way, but what she mentioned was sometimes what happens in the lower leg, the calf, often works its way up, could be in the hips, could be in the back, and that if the nervous system isn't flowing properly and there's some, kinks or whatever, that what could happen is that it could create pain. And she said this, you could get a hamstring injury. I had that, which I'd never had before. Or you could also get calf injuries, which I haven't. I've never had them to this degree before. And the one thing that I noticed over the last period of time, even I noticed in the last 9 months since I've been coming back, my back is tight, like really tight. Even when I try to do like one of those yoga poses where you're lying on your stomach and then you push your hands up and arch your back, I basically have no mobility there, and possibly my hips and things like that. So what she said made a lot of sense, because I've been feeling certain tension in the neck, or not so much the neck tension, but down the side, just weird stuff happening, and it had been happening for a while. So it's either I'm going to die from blood clots, which I know that's not it because I'm on blood thinners. I have a genetic disorder that makes blood clot, so I'm on blood thinners chances of me having blood clots in my calves are pretty slim. Now, if I'm not on the video tomorrow, that means I'm probably in the hospital. I might have died. And then I'd be wrong. It wasn't the central nervous system. It was blood clots. But if what she said made an awful lot of sense, and actually she's on YouTube, and I guess she does physiotherapy over the internet and stuff like that. So I think I might even reach out to her. It's the first time I've had someone explain something that, as opposed to here's just the exercises. Because she also said something interesting on the injuries, that if your nervous system is out of whack, that actually stretching could hurt it. So for example, when I was stretching a lot for my hamstring, it was actually potentially being counterproductive at that time, whereas there may be something in my upper torso, lower back, that needs to be stretched out, moved. I know there's a suggestion, I think it was from Joe, that possible yoga. You know, he had been doing yoga, and I think that that might be something that I had done it years ago, 20 years ago, and I might get back into it. I forget the moves, but I'm sure muscle memory once I watch it on TV. I remember downward dog and all the rest of that stuff. So I may get doing that as well. I was talking to a friend of mine. I told him I was going to give him a shout out, Wolfman. And I guess about 7 years ago, he asked me a question about fitness, and he brought it up today. He said to me, he's getting back into shape right now, and he's on Strava, and he's got his Apple Watch, and he's, like all of us, getting into it. And he is 46. And he made a comment. He said, and I forgot that I'd made this comment. He was giving me a compliment. He goes, a wise man once said that before 40, the body you have is what you were given. And after 40, the body you have is what you deserve or what you earned. So if you don't work out, you're gonna earn that body, or you're gonna deserve that body. And I said to him, at first when he said it to me, I thought, wow, that's whoever told you that is a pretty bright guy. And then he told me, and of course I had to write it down so I don't forget it again. But that was back in the days when I was in really great shape. So here I am. What to say? I started a new weight training program today because I can't do lower body stuff. I've pulled up on the internet a 5-day weightlifting. So today was chest, shoulders, and triceps. And tomorrow I don't know what it'll be. I'll take a look at it tomorrow. So got that done. It feels good to do something. I felt a little guilty not doing anything yesterday. I'm wearing my compression sleeves, and I do feel my calves are doing some twitching, firing off a twitching. And I guess whenever I felt that in the past, it was always new muscles are growing, and that's a good sign. Trying to keep the feet elevated. Really surprised and a little scared of how this feels. Greatly disappointed because I just felt myself getting to this level that I could take it to the next level that I earned, over the last 9 months, just kind of getting myself back. I was really hoping for more, but there's a saying that I learned from the famous Mark Allen, who is like the legend of Ironman, who coached me. His words were always, expect the unexpected. And I live by that. At work, I live by it. Expect the unexpected. So when everything's going well and something goes sideways, whether it's in training or maybe in a race, you get a flat tire or 2 flat tires, expect the unexpected. And just having that mental expect the unexpected, there's something that relieves the stress on it. You don't get worked up. It's like, oh, that happened? Expect the unexpected. So I've got the unexpected, and all I can do is focus on my diet. And as you see, I'm doing well. I'm not eating late. Today now will be the 4th day in a row. No snacking, no eating after 6:30. 4th day in a row. And I'm eating very little, as you can see from the pictures. And I'm just, this morning when I woke up, as you see on the picture, I'm feeling tighter. And I'm just, you know what? You can only do what you can do. So if I can't run, I can't bike, I got to let myself recover. I can do upper body weights. And you know what? I can control my eating. And that's all I can do. And finally, the other thing is here in Ontario, they just announced today, due to COVID and hospitals being jammed and all that sort of stuff, that they are putting us on a stay-at-home lockdown. So what that means is that if you're not going to the grocery store, if you're not going to the pharmacy, some essential service, that you have to hunker down in your house. And I'm sure you can go out for a walk and walk the dog or whatever, but by and large, they don't want you leaving the house. And I think I even I even heard, and I could be wrong, but here in Toronto, there's a lot of multi-generational families living together, maybe 3 generations. And I think they said something that they may be putting some of the generations up in a hotel or something, just to like separate, because the cases are so bad and the hospitals are so full. My point is I picked an absolutely wonderful time not to, or to go on the wagon, to focus on my diet to lose weight. The way to lose weight, it's really difficult to lose any significant weight if you drink alcohol. Alcohol will shut down your fat burning system for 24 to 48 hours. And then of course, when you drink alcohol, you want to eat more and all that sort of stuff. And I think on average, I might have been losing a pound a month. Like, it was pretty pathetic. So without alcohol, I can already feel myself going down, as I mentioned. I think, I'm down maybe 0.4 of a pound from yesterday. Everything is starting to, my heart rate is getting stable. I think 40 average or low heart rate, 44 up to 43 there yesterday. So just stay the course. And yeah, 4th day in a row, no snacking. And now it's a matter of no snacking and keep the calories. If I can keep around 1,400, man, I'm going to start. I'll lose 7 to 8 pounds this month, but it's got to be 1,400. Anyway, that was a long one. Over and out, living pain. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.